Why is my chair so low? Damn.
That's way too high. I just crushed my knee.
That'll work, I guess. Ow! Anyway.
Nope. Nope, can't do it.
That's better. I better be chicken in my taco salad, I swear. Alright, what is up, guys? Happy Halloween. It is the night of the ween, and as of 3.5 hours ago, the ween has ended. And yes, I'm about to eat a whole serving of carne asada fries and a chicken taco salad because I have been squeezing and sucking in for this tiny ass little outfit all night, and I deserve to be a fat ass. Also, kudos to anybody who can guess who I'm dressed as, because I forgot I adjusted my chair. Yeah, I really tried my best. The execution could have been cleaner, but I feel like I did a very good job, you know? Another white-haired baddie. Also, I swear, everything looked a lot better at the beginning of the night. I've just been sweating. I've been spilled on. I got sneezed on. I got sprayed with water. Dude, tonight was freaking wild. Okay, so for Halloween, me and my friend Kylie, who was dressed as Marie Antoinette, and my friend Landon, who was dressed as Sukuna. I have never been downtown on a Halloween night before, especially when it's been on a Friday. Oh my goodness. First of all, it took us 35 minutes to get into one club, okay? The lines were so freaking horrible, and you had people like running around, shoving each other. The sidewalks are literally not wide enough for that many people, to accommodate that many people trying to go 7 different directions. So when we were in line for Strangelove, the line wasn't that bad, but the only problem was it wrapped around the side of the building. So we had people who were trying to like get in and out of cactus. They were like shoving and pushing. Some people were slipping into line ahead of others. It was like starting fights. It was crazy, dude. At one point, we had this like group of girls join us, and they were like, we're just trying to hide from this guy. And at this point, it was like, I don't freaking care. Just, you know, get in line with us. Like, it's all good. And then we finally get into Strangelove, and it literally takes us about, I'd say about 10 minutes to navigate the dance floor. And that was an exaggeration. I'd say it was probably like 3 or 4, but it still felt like a long time. I think the navigation aspect of it was so horrible. Everything was so claustrophobic. You couldn't even go outside without the streets being flooded. Dude, there was people running and walking around everywhere. It was really suffocating. And even being inside, it was hot, it was sticky. There were people like, you were basically like being crushed between people all the time. I mean, like, I get it. Boise is not that big, okay? There's only so many places, so many clubs and bars that people can go, and so that so many people want to go. And especially when it's a holiday like Halloween, like all the bars are gonna be doing like specials and like costume contests and like things that people actually really want to do. But in terms of safety and like actual enjoyability, I don't think I'd want to go downtown for Halloween next year. Yes, I had fun, and don't get me wrong, like I love all the places that I've been to and all the places that I went. I don't know, dude. It's like, I don't really want to waste my time waiting in line over half an hour just to get into one place and not be able to go anywhere else. Like, my favorite bar slash club slash lounge to go to is Amsterdam. Couldn't even get in because the line was literally all the way to the crosswalk, and I'm not going to stand there and wait to get hit by a car so I can get myself an espresso martini. No, before that, we met up at Karma, okay? So Karma is like, it's a little bit further away. It's like over on 8th Street, like where there's like a bunch of like restaurants and stuff. We all meet at the bar, right? So we're standing there waiting in line to get drinks. There was a guy standing in front of us with his friend. His friend leaves. The guy turns around and starts talking to Landon. The whole time, Kylie and I are looking at each other like, damn, bro is like smitten with Landon. Like, Landon's just kind of like being polite, you know, standing there nodding. This guy was like spouting nonsense. He wasn't even dressed up. He was wearing camo, and he had like black face paint, like hunter, like marks, you know, camouflage. Whatever, happy Halloween, I guess. He's just rambling to Landon about anything and everything, and it's kind of the point like where we're like, all right, whatever, you know, like, take your drinks and go, buddy. But he finally leaves. And so Kylie and Landon step up to the bar. I'm right behind them. The bartender does it. He goes back to the end of the bar. And this group of 3 people, it was 2 girls and a guy, they shove up. There's like multiple lines stemming from the bar. They shove up between our line and the one next to us, like literally knocking people out of the way. And it was this girl in a white sweater, a white long sleeve sweater, and I don't know, fuzzy little bear ears. And she literally shoves Kylie out of the way and tells her to get the fuck off of her. And I'm literally standing there like, excuse me? And I look across their line to the girl standing in the line on the other side. And she and her boyfriend or her mans or whoever, who they were dressed as cops, they both are like looking at each other. They look at me and then she like points to them and she was like, did you see that? And I was like, you guys saw that too, right? So we're standing there and I'm trying not to make eye contact with the girl standing right next to me, right? Because she's standing behind the girl that shoved us and she's like holding on to her, you know, as people do so they don't get lost. I look at Kylie and I'm like, did she just push you? And she was like, yeah, she was being really rude. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, that's not okay. They just cut in front of like 7 other lines and like there's people waiting to order standing at the bar and they all see it too. Like people standing on the bar perpendicular to us, they're like pointing and like whispering to their friends and like shaking their heads. And I'm like, all right, sorry, there's like so much hair on this side of my head and it's like bothering me because it's heavier, but I'm like, I can't. Yeah. And then the bartender finally comes back and he looks between Kylie and the girl with the sweater. He points to the girl with the sweater. He's like, what do you want? And she starts ordering and Kylie and I immediately are like, they cut in front of us. They shoved their way to the line. They pushed us. Shout out to the couple that was dressed as cops because they jumped in too. God bless them. And so the girl looks at Kylie and she turns and she goes, you need to shut the up. And Kylie like put her hand up. She didn't touch her. And the bartender looks at the girl in the white sweater. He goes, I'll come back to you. And she like starts cursing and being like, this is stupid and all this stuff. He asks Kylie what she wants. We all ordered rounds. And the girl next to her is like calling her a bitch. All these names. Surprised she didn't call her a slur or something. I wouldn't put it past her. And gets to the point like where she like leans into Kylie and it's like this close to her face. So I literally put my hand, I pushed her back. And she like backs away and her friend sticks her hand in between me and her and she's like, it's okay, I got it. And so I'm literally like, this is my hand, this is her friend's hand. My hand is like pressed against her hand, creating a wall between Kylie and this other girl. This girl is like yelling at Kylie like through our hands. And I turn to the girl standing next to me. I'm like, this is your friend? And she goes, yeah. Like she starts apologizing for her and like saying that she's really sorry and that her friend gets this way when she's drunk. And I looked at her and I'm like, maybe that's a sign that you need to take her home. She was like, yeah, I know, I'm so sorry and stuff. And so it gets to the point like where this girl, the girl in the white sweater, she smacks our hands out of the way. And I just kind of looked at her. I didn't say anything. And her friend was like, no, that's my hand, babe. You see my hand? That's my hand. And our hands are still pressed together. So I like curl my hand into hers and I'm like holding her hand and I'm like tippy tapping on her fingers and stuff. And her friend was okay with it. Like her friends were chill. It was the girl in the white sweater that was just being a total jerk to us for no reason and plowed up through those lines to the bar like it was Black Friday, dude. But yeah, no, we walked all the way from Karma to the Strange Love line. And again, we only made it to 2 bars. I had a max of like 3 shots because we couldn't order anything. That's the thing. You want to go downtown, you want to go to the clubs, you are going to have to pregame. You're going to have to pregame or do something because if your goal is to drink, you're not going to get any service in the clubs or the bars. If you do, it's going to be fleeting, it's going to be messy, it's going to be dismissive because they're going to have to serve like a club full of like 500 something people. And yes, I get it. You know, it's volume bartending, especially when there's like an event or a holiday. But it's like if your intention is to go out and have fun with your friends, I would highly recommend doing something like a party or going to like a haunted house or going to like an event or something. I don't think going downtown is the right move because Boise is a town where it's a college town. There's the college and the town. There's literally nothing else to do here. So going downtown is kind of, I don't even want to say it's a staple. It's just like a normal occurrence of life. Like there's literally nothing else to do. You go to the same bars, the same clubs. On Halloween, it's just not going to be the move because again, there's going to be way too many people. Service is going to be really poor, which again, as someone who works in the service industry, the food service industry, as a bartender, I do not fault them at all for that. It's just the way it is. All right. I would recommend if you want to make plans, do literally anything else and go downtown. It's not even fun anymore. It's like, what? You go out on Halloween and you're going to maybe get to go to the one of the 6 places that you go every weekend. The only difference is that it's going to be packed to the teeth. I don't think that's an expression, but it felt right. Also, this video is not like a PSA or anything. So when I was downtown in Boise, there were like people throwing glass bottles in the street. There were people like shoving each other. There was a girl that had fallen over and people were like walking over her, you know, and her friends were like trying to help her up. It's like, it's also a safety thing. Like, I get they have police officers and they had like police officers. 6th Street was lined with cop cars. They had like 2 fire trucks. There's only so much that they can do in so little time to respond to something that's happening in a place that's so crowded. Like, there's a reason that places have max capacities. And I remember when I was in Strangelove, it was suffocating just trying to walk through the dance floor. At one point, we were on the stairs and I got like pushed into the railing. I had a woman dancing on the platform above me and she kept like kneeing me and stuff, like in the head and in the face. I got hit in the head so many times by people trying to shove past me because I'm not a short individual, but I'm shorter than a lot of the people that live here. It was just incredibly frustrating because it's like, I really want to have a good time, but the whole time it was like, I was focused on not getting beat out of me by people going about their night, you know? I just really want to have fun and stuff. I don't know. Being in such like a crowded space with so many people and knowing that like if I got hurt or like if something happened to me, like nobody would do anything, like nobody would be able to get to me in time, like nobody would realize until something happened or like the situation escalated. It reminded me of what happened a few years ago. It was called the Halloween crowd crush and I made a video about it when it happened. And like I said, I'm absolutely not going to compare Boise to freaking Itaewon, but it just kind of like, it scared the out of me. Like I'm already someone who doesn't do well in closed spaces with a lot of people. So so it just kind of like reminded me of like all of my friends when I moved back to the US talking to me about what happened in Itaewon and like how some of them were there, some of them weren't there, but they heard what happened. And the ones that were there were telling me about like how terrifying it was. Just like you're outside, like you can see the sky and you just feel like you're suffocating. Like you can't breathe. And I don't know, maybe I was having a panic attack because I'm absolutely not going to compare downtown Boise to Itaewon. I guess what I'm trying to say is Halloween is one of the biggest party holidays of the year. And I really wish that more people would just have an air of seriousness. Like obviously like Halloween's a funny, goofy, like let's dress up and be weird, like holiday. As it should be. We need one of those a year. And it can't be the 4th of July because too many clowns on the streets on the 4th of July is not a good idea. I don't know. I really wish more people took safety seriously when it came to these kind of situations. The clubs are never really that busy on weekends. Like a standard business weekend, no, there might be like 200 people in a single venue, but like there weren't even this many people on St. Patrick's Day. I really wish people just cared more about other people. But I was doing my best to like stand still or like stand against the wall and like be out of people's ways because it's like I don't want to get mixed up in a situation like where I don't feel safe or like, again, if something happens to me, I don't want to be stuck in a place where somebody can't get to me and help me. Oh, did I mention that there were people throwing glass bottles in the streets and they were like wrestling each other and like there are drunk people falling all over each other. There's cars driving through. Maybe people should just stop acting so damn foolish. Like just dress up and be funny. Better yet, be a cosplayer. It's great. You get to do this all year round. And I forgot to tell you guys, when I was doing my security gig at work, of course I was at work. When I was doing my security gig last night, I was dressed as Toy Chica from FNAF 2 specifically. And obviously it was like I'm not going to say slutty because I'm a wholesome individual and you should believe so. We're all adults here. Let's all act like adults. And you know what? God forbid a woman want to be hot in public. I didn't really dress up as anything last year. I dressed up as Black Cat. I actually wore the same outfit that I wore for Gem State Comic-Con, the one I did my photo shoot in last year. I like had to fix it up and I replaced all the fur and stuff for Comic-Con, but it was the same outfit essentially. I had to work that night, so I didn't really get to wear it out, and honestly, it was a really slow night. because Halloween was on a weekday last year. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope y'all had an immaculate Halloween. Let me know in the comments what y'all dressed up as. Give me inspiration for my outfits next year. I need cosplay and Halloween costume ideas, please and thank you. And again, guys, please, please, please be safe, all right? Again, Halloween is a hooligan's holiday. Please be safe. Please be responsible. Don't be dumb, please. Like, it's not just you that's at stake, it's other people that are at stake. And I'm not saying being dumb indicates like going downtown and stuff. I'm just saying if you go downtown, be responsible, be aware, be vigilant, make sure that you and your friends are staying safe. Don't get too messed up because it will put you in a dangerous situation that you were not prepared for. I just finished this taco salad. I got half a shell left. And I'm gonna turn these carne asada fries. And I will see you all in my next video. I went. That works, it's fine.